I would want him to be my doctor more than I would want to go see Dr. Seth Haslett. Maybe that's
Oh
what it is.
my,
I'm projecting.
you are too many of those internet videos.
I don't know what you're
Uh,
talking about.
okay, well, what's the other one? The one who looks like Howdy Doody.
Howdy doody.
What? That's the one that Blanche describes him. Ted
Walter
Koppel.
Cronkite? Oh, Ted
Although a
Koppel.
little bit Captain Kangaroo. I don't.
Wherever there's news, I'll be here.
Doesn't do it for me, alas.
It scratched an itch for me. Didn't do the work of a good cream, but it's a temporary fix.
You're a dead man.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
Da-da-da.
A dead man on Murder, She Wrote?
In
I
Cabot
could,
Cove, no less.
I could never. I could never.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried, and this
and this
is
is Tonight
Tonight on Murder,
on
She
Murder, She Wrote.
Wrote. Ooh, I feel a little bounce in my step today. Okay.
Ooh, this is
Feeling good, feeling
season
happy.
three, episode 9, Obituary for a Dead Anchor,
Let's
which
get it
is,
going.
it's a little on the nose, but
There's
this
there's
is in
no
fact
there's no
this is
question
in
what
fact
this is about.
about a dead anchor.
This is not abstract.
Or
This isn't hiding anything. This is what it is.
or is he?
Ooh.
Could actually a little bit of misdirection.
Maybe it's more clever than we think.
Well, let's not get too far. So but this
Wah,
is
wah,
an
wah.
interesting one.
Yeah, I
Eh,
have to tell you, I really enjoyed watching this to prepare for today. So much fun.
It's not a flashy one. I mean, it does have like a boat explosion,
Hmm.
but for all things, it's more of a talky one than it is like action packed.
It's a lot of talky, but there are a lot of cool like plot points and interactions and subversions of
Sure.
tropes and ideas here that are really fun. And I was thinking actually after our last two regular Murder She Wrotes and the Magnum, which we even talked about the Magnum was a little disappointing.
You
This
know.
this really delivered for me. I was so happy. I was just grinning ear to ear.
Well, this is another one. So we have it's a Cabot Cove episode, and as we mentioned, there was this Dr. Graham who suddenly appeared out of nowhere and they acted
Hmm.
as if he was there already. This is the other episode that he's in.
Yeah, he's only in two. Isn't that nuts?
I mean, they introduce characters and then with the expectation that they're just townspeople for the rest of their lives
Yeah,
that we never see again. There's a whole deputy that Tupper gets that we never see again. Like
true.
it just happens.
Well,
It just
but this
happens.
guy, Wiley, this is played by Robert Hogan, Dr. Wiley Graham. He was specifically brought in, at least what I could find online, to cover for Seth when he was out of town or unavailable.
Right.
So he was really just a pitch hitter in
Just a
this
fill-in.
case.
Just a
Yeah.
fill-in.
But I gotta say, I kind of like him. I kind of like their
Yeah.
scenes together. He seems like a real
Uh,
person, while Seth feels like a cartoon a little bit. You know what I mean?
the caricature. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that can get odd too, because so much of the Cabot Cove residents are caricatures.
Hmm.
So
Like they
for
lean into
someone to
that in
be,
Cabot Cove.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and this sort of discusses that because this is a bunch of outsiders that are coming to Cabot Cove to
Hmm.
do a news report. We'll get to the specifics in just a second,
Yeah.
but the folks that are the major protagonists of this um are they're just not residents. However, one of them seems to have been from Cabot Cove
It's
at
kind
one
of
point.
implied, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's implied
What is
that
it?
Paula here, played by
Judith Paula.
Kathleen Lloyd, Paula Roman, she plays. Seems like
Yes.
she has some sort of connection to this place and loves it very much. And so she
Love
wants to
Jessica.
do a story about Jessica Fletcher's Cabot Cove. What a glossy
Which
human interest piece. Can't wait.
well, and even Jessica's like Jessica's always been resistant to her notion of
Hmm.
celebrity, except when
Hmm.
she doesn't, except when it serves her. Um, and even she's like, you know what, that seems a little pretentious, don't you think? And they're like, no, well, it makes sense. I mean, I remember
Yeah,
seeing like this is where I come from exposés in like local celebrities and things like
right.
that. We have that with influencer culture. Why
This
not?
is very like expose takes over national news show, right? That's kind of
With little
that
little
sort of
Access Hollywood
tone.
thrown in.
A little bit, yeah. But I like this actor Paula Roman for Paula Roman, Kathleen Lloyd. She's great.
Look at this silk turtleneck thing she's got going on right here.
It's
This is
you know what? It's kind of fucking cool. I don't hate it.
it's so
It's a
much.
lot. It's
It's
a lot. But there's something about her that's like very polished and it looks like she smells good. You know what I mean? Like she looks put together. I like her.
yes. Yes.
I don't like her
Well, I
haircut,
mean,
but
I think well, that's the era.
1987.
That's
Yeah.
the yeah. The women anchors in the 80s, like you saw this with things like Access Hollywood, you see this with any news bloopers that survive.
Hmm.
They are a breed. They are
Definitely. She does have like a little bit like I suppose in the styling, it's a little Barbara Walters even.
a touch. A touch.
Yeah,
It's a little Diane Sawyer, Barbara Walters, and
absolutely.
what was her other name? Jane Pauley.
Jane Pauley, of course. Did you ever watch any of those gals? I like a Diane
Oh, sure.
Sawyer piece. Really love a Diane Sawyer
Oh,
piece.
yeah.
Barbara
Mhm.
Walters is a little invasive for me. I know that's kind of the gig, but
Well, it didn't have to be. She helped create that gig.
sure.
And retroactively, we've even seen Diane Sawyer get criticism for things like the Whitney Houston interview, and um, we we retrofit, we get back on at people, and it's kind of
Hmm.
nice that we also do that to our women journalists because we certainly can do it to our Dick Cavitt's and Merv Griffins.
True. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, celebrity culture and news culture is really fascinating. We're seeing this today. It's interesting that we're watching this the week after the whole Don Lemon
Uh-huh.
scandal.
I had so many
Um,
thoughts about the premise here and what's happening, so that'll be fun. Go on.
it's such a well, yeah, because it's just a complication when it comes to what is the story, how do people get the
Hmm.
story,
Hmm.
and the ethics that surround it. And I'm not saying that journalists don't have criteria that they should fulfill as human beings, but many stories would not break if there were not whistleblowers, if there were not people on the inside doing things where they shouldn't
Sure.
be.
Sure.
Um,
Well, and this also brings up the element of subjectivity in news
we
media.
welcome scrutiny.
This is so wild. The print shop that was
Admittedly,
like, "This
scrutiny
is
is
what you want."
it's the name of the the program,
We didn't mention
but
that. Yeah, so
having a banner that says "We welcome scrutiny" is such a hilarious non sequitur.
it is really funny, right? Like this is a lovely little writing touch. And I think it's a joke only for
Very,
a few.
very self-aware.
Yeah, very
They
self-aware.
do mention, I think, Seth real quick, where Jessica's like, "Oh, he's holed up. He's out of town. He's not
I
dealing
know.
with this shit.
Those
He's
two
not
those
dealing
two
with
lines in that are like, let's just make sure everybody knows why this guy's here and not Seth. Basically,
it."
that's what we're doing. He's also a good-looking guy.
He's fine. Yeah,
Very lovely.
yeah.
I like his energy. I would want him to be my doctor more than I would want to go see Dr. Seth Haslett. Maybe that's what
Oh
it is.
my.
I'm projecting.
Well, you are too many of those internet videos.
I don't know what you're
uh,
talking about.
um, Samuel Booth, Office of the Mayor. We see
Uh-huh.
our
We've seen him
sort
before,
of
haven't we?
we
This
have,
is
but he's
this
sort
is
of
not his
our
first.
he's a nudnik, and
Ugh.
he's sort of our our Jerry Falwell impersonator, Merv Griffin type.
That's so true. He's
He's
an
so
this guy. I
talk
was
about
about to say I hate
characters.
this guy, but like I don't hate him. He's just such a oaf.
Yeah, he's not even like an asshole. He's just a boob. Like he's
He's a
just like
boob. He's just like get out of my hair, sir.
and he very frequently turns on Jessica. Like
Yeah.
he'll make things out to be like out to be her idea, and he'll just be so like awful to her,
Oh yeah,
in
this
a
guy has
weird way.
some sort of personality disorder where he turns on a
It's a
dime.
glitch.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is very excited that scrutiny is coming now. Right now he is. Um, and because scrutiny is has been given the assignment has been given to Chad Everett's character rather than Paula.
Paula, who pitched it. So there was a
Right.
meeting. Well, the first we didn't even talk about the first scene. Can you pause this for a second?
Well, if you'd like.
Let's lay down. So that sort of the intro to the show is essentially our main guest star in this episode. Chad Everett as Kevin Keats, who's like he's like a big time anchor at this magazine or not magazine show called Scrutiny, right? And
Yeah.
he is interviewing a guy who is an art collector and then drilling him about his connections to drugs and drug smuggling and drug crime, drug related cartel crime. And
Mhm.
so right off the bat, this guy has an enemy. I think that's because that's kind of the setup for the whole episode, right?
There's
That's
tension.
why he ends
Yeah.
up in Cabot Cove in the long run. That's why he's sort of on the run, if you will.
Yeah, he's an interesting figure here because he's very put together and very
Hmm.
clean. Like the suit that we're seeing on this freeze frame, it
Hmm.
just he's just poured into it. He is like this broad-shouldered granite jaw kind of
Tall,
guy.
handsome.
He's
I mean,
known
he's made for
originally for like
TV.
gunslinger type stuff, and I
Well,
can
he was in
believe
a
that.
medical show too. He was that was his big claim to fame. This is Chad Everett, and he was in Medical Center, which was a TV
Mhm.
series in the 70s. So he was a lead character on that.
And but initially he like got through with like a lot of like Western material, and he has sort
Sure.
of like this grit to his voice, this sort of
Hmm. It sounds like he's been smoking for 80 years already.
yes, he
Yeah.
out the womb he was
Hmm.
smoking.
He was like, puff, puff, pass it, mom.
And he doesn't want this assignment.
No,
So he's cranky about it, and he's sort of a dick to Jessica, and then they have, like a meeting of minds because Jessica will win you over, you
she
know.
always does.
But she's mad because she gets home and they're in her flower beds.
She's thinking it's this quaint little piece, right? Oh no, this is a
Right.
full-scale national TV show production. This is wild what's going on in her yard right now without her consent. I can't believe this is happening.
It's very like oh like a press blitz for a campaign trail or something
Very
like
that,
that.
very
This is
that.
all one show. Like this
This is
is
where
ridiculous.
this is what they set up in that parking lot for Rudy Giuliani. Do you remember that?
Oh yes. Home and landscape. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The the thing is also this is so out of Jessica's wheelhouse because the last person I think who came to do a story on her was that guy during Sticks and Stones who was just there for like one little piece.
Yes, with his little notepad and
Yeah,
pen. That was it.
but
Yeah,
he
so
then
quaint and
leaves because
charming.
he doesn't even
Yeah.
do the article
Hmm. I'm gonna leave Cabot Cove as it is.
as it
It's
is
just perfect. See,
after
um,
drinking a fifth of whiskey and a pound of butter.
nearly getting seduced by Betsy Palmer.
I mean,
That's the kind of reporter I'm looking for. This is so, but this is kind of what we talked about in an earlier episode of this season, is that Cabot Cove feels like it actually exists in the real world now, and there's scale. While before, for the
hmm
first two seasons, it felt very quaint and idealistic
hmm
with just so happens to have a high homicidal murder rate. You know what I
they
mean?
so I'm it's sort of sprawling because there's enough for there to be like five empty canneries in the vicinity,
Sure.
but and there's a lot of talk about like I think it's a future episode, yeah,
Hmm.
where somebody mentions you guys need an airport and they're like, where would we put it? Like, just rip
Yeah.
out some pine, come on. So there does seem to be more land than there is people, but
Yeah.
it's a sizable, I mean, New England's sprawling in certain places
Yeah.
as well, but
It feels bigger. Cabot Cove feels like a significant place where people actually live now rather than like a little
uh
village with like a post office and a gas station. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I
We
do.
only ever saw like the wharf and Jessica's house and rarely a few other places like the hotel. But now we regularly see scenes this season where we're walking through town and there are lots of people, lots of movement and activity, right? So maybe that's has to do with the budget the show gets as it gets more and more successful and established. But it's I kind of
I think
like
it's
that actually.
for the storytelling devices, you need it. Like you
Yeah,
really, if you're gonna have a show,
it has to be a real
it can't
place.
just be Mayberry. Like you
Yeah,
really need to actually
right.
expand upon it and create. jobs for these fictional characters because then they're going
Hmm.
to be your characters. Like they're going to be that'll lead you. So we get to we eventually see barbers, we eventually see
Hmm.
shopkeepers, library people. Like there's
Other
always got to be something.
teachers. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. So I'm happy
Not a
about
lot
that.
of like teenagers. It is interesting like
No,
it skews young people and old people.
like kids and the seniors. Yeah.
I also love so uh Everett, whose character is Keats, is talking to Jessica. They're filming this. They have a little back and forth, and
Hmm.
Tupper interrupts the shot,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, cut it!" And he's like, "Would you mind? I'm talking to Jessica." I'm like,
Oh,
"You
geez.
interrupted them, Tupper."
I
Like,
rolled my eyes so hard at Amos about 18 times when I watched this. I hate this guy.
yeah,
What a dope.
poor
Can we
Tom
actually hear that
Bosley.
little exchange between
Yeah,
Jessica and what's his name, where they sort of finally see each other eye to eye?
Live almost anywhere in the world. Why choose Cabot Cove, Maine?
Well, my roots are here, and I've spent many happy years with my late husband here.
Sentimental attachment?
No, much more than that. I mean, I'm in touch with the rest of the world, but, well, I can be apart from it when I need to be. I mean, take my house, for instance. Frank and I bought that drafty old place about 30 years ago, and I hung the pictures, and I planted all the little plants, and I learned how to put up the storm windows. But it's still drafty, you understand. And this is where Frank died, and where I began a new life. I don't think I've ever really thought of living anywhere else.
so that's the second take. The first take was a little less friendly.
Kind of
Yes.
of you.
You
Let's see.
Maine, where the people are, if you seem to be author, highly intelligent, and sophisticated. It makes you wonder, JB Fletcher, how you came to be buried in a tiny town in the back of Maine, where the people are, if you forgive me, hardly your intellectual equal.
Let's stop right now,
So
Mr. Keats.
rude.
I'm sorry, but I
What
really
a
have
thing
to
to
tell
say.
you about my friends and my home. Look, if this is what you're after, then you'll have to leave me out of it.
I'm sorry. Now I know who the real tough guy is in this twosome.
It's so condescending.
It
He's such like
is.
a all right there, little lady.
Well, and
Like
her
it's
face
so
still is still distrustful of him, even after saying that to her, right? It's like
yeah.
I'm really unsettled by this, and I don't really know if you're putting me on.
I do love her sort of monologue there. She's very articulate and
Hmm.
she is homespun in her delivery, but it's all very crisp. It's not really how people talk unless
Right.
you are trained that way or I guess have some sort of neurodivergence. Um but there's real sentimentality and there's real vulnerability when she mentions Frank. That's one thing that the writers always make sure there's a beat on whenever she mentions the dead husband, that
Oh,
there's
absolutely.
a pause. There's still a
They give her a
catch
moment
in
to
her
sit with
voice.
it. Yeah. It's very clear who Frank was to her, right? We never
Yeah.
have to wonder.
You can
Um,
drop right in and you know
hmm
exactly where.
hmm
I mean, she's still, giving out his pipe to hobos, but
The nerve.
the nerve. And
That
and of course,
artifact,
Keats says the worst thing, which is it always this quiet, which of course is the rumble into everything falling apart.
everything. Seriously. And of course, back to Amos, who is interrupting this
Yeah.
shot like an asshole. However, it's very important for the plot and sort of what happens next that he be
Well,
in
he
camera
runs
view, right?
he runs up to Jessica to say a helicopter just landed. So what, Amos? Like I know
Well,
that it's part of the like
nothing bad has happened, right? And
no.
he takes it, he takes the opportunity to interrupt her interview to say nothing. And then he has the nerve to give this anchor character a hard time for it.
I know. He says, "Who is this nosy guy?" And she's like, "The guy I'm talking to." Like, can you imagine going up to somebody that I'm having a conversation with, and then that person saying, "So this guy's really nosy for listening to what we're talking about."
Who
Like,
the
you
hell
came
is
up
guy
to
next to you?
us.
Yeah,
Tupper.
you dick. And I
I
don't know
mean,
why
worse.
Jessica didn't say immediately, Amos, we're filming. Give us a minute. Like right away. Like nip that in the bud. Oh. But anyway, he tells
Jessica
them
gets
about,
her
I'm
touch
sorry, I'm
up.
laughing because he said hair and makeup and these two sprightly young things pop out of the back of a van and immediately tend to Jessica's face. It's so random.
I
Is that how
know.
this works?
I
Is
know.
that how this
With
works?
these little bomber jackets.
I know. Why are they inside
Uh,
the van? Like
because
some sort of
they
hostage.
have to stay outside of the shot. They have to
I
make sure that
guess.
this is their crew.
This
They're
is the
waiting to get tapped
practicality
in.
of shooting a special interest piece, right?
Exactly.
The things we're learning
It's like
today.
race car drivers, like where
Yeah.
the car reaches where it needs to and all of the mechanics come
Hmm.
out and do a quick tune up
Oh yeah. At the pit stop. Yep.
at the
I had to
we have
remind
this view
myself that
of
that's what the pit stop actually is
I know it's not just
versus
the
a drag
unfailed
race
Rio.
recap show. Um,
So
well,
Keats and Tupper have a little back and forth to say, oh, this guy who caught off the helicopter and into a limousine, it's somebody that Keats knows,
mhm,
and he's a little sketchy about it.
yeah. We didn't mention it, but he was in that interview piece with Keats in the beginning. He was like this big tough, this big tall, bald tough who put his hand in front of the camera when the drug thing was sort of called out.
No more questions.
Yeah.
Right, because he's really more of a he's not a Diane Sawyer. He is more of a
No, he's not a Perez
what would you
Hilton, but more of
no,
like
well, I mean
a
in a
Chris
like a
Hansen
Tom
in a way.
Brokaw, like a Brokaw or a
See, I think the other anchor character that we haven't really mentioned, the elder one, is more of a Tom Brokaw.
okay, well, what's the other one? The one who looks like Howdy Doody.
Howdy doody.
What that's the one that Sasha Blanche describes him. Ted
Walter
Koppel.
Cronkite? Oh, Ted
No,
Koppel.
a little bit. Captain Kangaroo. I don't.
Wherever there's news, I'll be here.
Um, we get this cool shot of Hill House, which we've talked about existing, but I don't know if we've
Mhm.
spent much time inside.
The
Is
hotel, right? Yeah.
this lovely hotel
Oh yeah, it looks great. And the manager here is just delighted.
shining on Keats?
Loves these famous ass people in
Just
his hotel.
wouldn't you love to do a Pete like get this photographed in like a magazine digest? Wouldn't that just be great?
He's laid it on
Maybe you
thick.
could maybe you could make a call.
Jeez. I mean, you know what? Self-promotion, baby.
You
You
know,
got to take the opportunities where you can.
I'm sure he at Cabot Cove's Hill House frequently wears a boutonniere
Yeah.
and a three-piece
Yeah.
suit. I'm sure.
Oh, so Keats asked Amos to get him a boat for the next morning, and so he did, and he's arrived at this pier looking hot as fuck in these jeans. I just want to say it.
It's a little bulgy.
It's look how
Tight. Look
snug
at
these
the
are.
back of his thighs.
Look at that
Damn.
ass. Look at him. Oh my God. Take a picture of that and put it on the Instagram, please.
All right.
This is very important.
Request a request for Hot Guys and Murder She Wrote. He does have beautiful blue eyes. I mean, I have to
He's so
say
pretty.
a lot of these older actors, they just have such specific features. They don't make
Yeah.
faces like that anymore.
No. They don't let faces age like this anymore.
Man, that's true.
This guy is
That's true.
probably 50 years old here.
This
The
Baldy here.
Keats? Oh, not the Baldy,
No, this
who
tough, as
happens
you
to be
refer
at
to
the
him.
dock. Oh!
And Tupper turns around just long enough for him to then turn back, and the boat that he rented and spent his own money on, hasn't been reimbursed for yet, has just blown the fuck up.
What about my $100?
I mean, he wants his retirement money
You know,
to be.
my retirement money.
He was supposed to, and also, we should also mention he is sheriff again, uh, without any
Because
call for their any.
no, no election, no appointment. He just decided, did he retire? He did, right? He actually retired.
He did,
How is he
but
back here doing this shit?
that was Sticks and Stones, and season three, he is just right back without any discussion. Harry Pierce is in
Jesus.
jail. Now, this is actually a little much. They
Morbid?
bring out
Yeah.
this covered body. of who they found in the lake.
Yeah, and they say it's hard to identify. Ugh.
So
And
they
of
got to bring it
course,
over to Dr. Graham for him to examine because Dr. Graham is
mhm,
apparently also a coroner. I don't know.
they do it all.
They do it all.
Man of many talents. And our friend from
Paula's here
earlier,
in this
Paula,
fabulous purple ensemble.
she looks so good this
I
whole
love
time
the jacket. I love the scarf, and she is holding it together just barely enough before the
to
camera
enter news
drops.
take. Yeah.
No
And
Del
then
Scott.
breaks
She
down.
she can't handle it. She
I
can't
mean,
handle it
Del
because
Scott, she got
again,
some grit.
we we cannot have a woman in business who is not also sleeping with one of her coworkers. We just
It,
can't have it.
Victor, when this was revealed, I audibly went, God damn it,
I know. No,
again?
no, no. There has to either be a family connection that's driving them or a romantic one.
Only
That's
men can exist autonomously in the world. Only men.
mm.
Hope nobody cuts that out
So
and uses it
her
against me
her
someday.
her lover Keats, ostensibly blown up
Hmm.
by mysterious forces, probably related to that drug expose in the first scene. Um,
You'd think,
now
right?
the new story is the dead guy,
The news story is Dead Keats.
an obituary for a
Yeah,
dead anchor, if you will.
yeah. There you
Oh,
go. Bada bing, bada boom.
we have a reintroduction of this character who I think we saw in that opening board meeting.
We saw it in the board meeting, and we also got a quick clip of them all at the news desk during filming. So this
This
this is an older gentleman.
is
He is Mark Stevens playing Nick Brody.
handsome young guy. I don't know if you
Oh
saw any
yeah,
photos of him, what he looked
I
like
did look.
in the 40s and 50s. I did look. Um,
Please.
this is one of his last roles. He passed away in 94 and he looks like he effectively retired by 87. So this
This
is
was
one of
one
his
of his
last
last
things.
gigs. Yeah.
The
Yep.
last
Just
gig
one
actually
episode,
credited on IMDb is The Law and Harry McGraw, actually.
which was that
He was
breakoff series that did not last with
with Jerry Orbach
Barbara
and
Babcock. Yeah.
Barbara Babcock. Yeah. He is so he's what is his job for the newspaper? He's not the owner.
He
He the editor?
no, he's like the lead anchor. He's the Tom
Lead
Brokaw.
anchor. That's he's the
Yeah.
Tom Brokaw.
Also at that board meeting earlier that we didn't even mention, there was a producer and a head of news. Those are two characters that are important here too, but we'll get to them.
Hmm.
They were both
It's sort
two
of
sort of generic looking white guys, so don't worry too much
yeah.
about it.
Well, it's always so confusing also because when they drop us into these industries that we don't know a lot about off the bat,
Hmm.
I don't know how much say the lead anchor frankly gets. He's not a producer. He's not a
No,
director. He's not like so every once in a while when they do this, particularly with news sources, they make these people wield a great deal of power, and I don't know how realistic it is. I just sort of have to take
it's
it as given.
it's an interesting question because you wonder about people like Anderson Cooper. What power does he have? I think he has a lot. Rachel Maddow, she has a lot of power over what she says on her show. Granted,
Sure.
this is not like NBC Nightly News, and I'm not sure where Scrutiny, this show, sits in the balance of things,
I think
but
it's meant to be like 2020. I think it's meant to
that's
be
very
like,
much that. Yeah.
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 Or what
60
was the
Minutes,
other one?
2020.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. By the way, I love 60 Minutes. Could watch it every day.
It's funny because it's hard hitting, but like for grandparents, like it sort of
That
couches
part.
it in a very specific way. It's almost
Yeah.
cozy, Mister.
So
It's almost cozy
it
headlines
is.
with
I'm their
like some
target
bullshit, like
audience.
with some like horrifying stuff sometimes because they'll
Oh,
get into
sure.
abuse, they'll get into like rape and just crime,
Hmm.
but then they smile afterwards, and it's sort of like
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
And next up, a segment about the howler
About how
monkey.
like
You
the
know what I
new
mean? Like something
sugar
silly.
substitute that's going crazy.
Questions about Ozempic coming up next.
I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, so this moment here with this Hedda Hopper character, it's such
Hmm.
a throwback. Again, it shows that Cabot Cove does not exist in the present day.
No.
All these news reporters are gabbing at the Hill House, and there's this one woman in this church lady hat and frills, and it's such a throwback to the 1960s
What is
newspaper
she
girls. Like
doing, right? She's about to go
it's
have
Hedda
lunch
Hopper.
with Joan Crawford, right?
It's
Yeah.
straight up Hedda Hopper, and I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
And she's trying to pull her weight as the local news lady, but
It's
it's
so,
not really
yeah, I know
working.
she's the local news
Does she
lady.
ever come back? She doesn't, right?
I don't know if this particular actress does, but there are
The
characters
idea of her
like
comes
her.
back, yes,
Yeah.
but she didn't
When
necessarily stick.
when Eudora comes to visit, I believe there is
Ah,
a lady
Eudora, of course.
newspaper. Yeah. But
Yeah,
she gets cranky in a later scene because uh when the mystery about Keats is just his dead body is solved, um Paula is indoors and she's like, why
yeah,
did you let her in? She's a newspaper person. I'm like, well, because she has a personal relationship with this. But she gets mad about that.
right, right. Well, and our dumb mayor just had a fit at Jessica for
And
bringing all of this
his fishing
terrible
hat.
media attention. Oh, well, he's the incognito, right? Trying to being seen, trying to avoid being seen. And so this is actually the impetus for Jessica to solve this crime
I love
because
this
he
moment.
is
She's
giving all the pressure to her.
she went to the payphone in the lobby of Hill House and called the front desk because that's how she's able to talk to him because of the throng.
Hey, that's
Very
clever.
clever.
That is
Very
clever.
clever.
She's resourceful,
And
this one. Hey, what do you
she,
think of her
well,
look, by the way? This is cute. This gray, this silk
this
blouse
gray.
covered with the sort of bulky tweedish jacket. I like it on her.
I'd love a slightly different contrast, but I'm not mad at it. I like
Yeah,
her in metal tones.
yeah, I like
Yeah.
the monochrome of it. It's nice.
So we're
Oh,
watching footage of the last in studio interview that Keats did with the drug cartel situation, and Tupper identifies Mr. Baldy
yep.
as the
As the
tough.
one who hopped out of the helicopter and jumped into the limo. Which I thought was also bizarre. I just have to mention it. The helicopter was landing in that field. It looked like the same field
Mhm.
that self-driving car almost careened off the cliff, sort of in that area. But it lands in the field. This guy hops out, jumps into a limo, but Amos is right there with his police car, with the lights flashing, maybe even.
Yeah,
Doesn't it feel a
he's
little careless, a little weird, a little convenient?
it's awfully convenient, but they only have
It
so much
always
time.
is, yeah.
They only have so much time. We're
But if
about
you
to
were this
meet
tough getting off the helicopter and you saw a cop there, wouldn't you be a little like, oh shit, cover's blown?
uh,
He was right there. He was
they
like, he would have walked there in 30
yeah.
seconds. You know what I mean?
But I mean he immediately leaves. Like that's his
Yeah.
thing, is he
Speed
immediately
away in the
leaves. He's
limo.
got things to do. We're gonna meet well, I think it's Keats's ex-wife real quick.
Yep. Yep.
And
Judith, I think
she
her name
is
is.
a character. So I want to give her a little bit of volume if we may.
Sure. This is Abby Dalton as Judith Keats.
He was a low-down, two-timing snake.
I really can't think of anything good to say about him, living or dead.
Well,
What
then,
is this
What
score?
is this honky tonk?
and your rabbits.
Where are they?
Surely you could have called him.
They're in a,
I thought if we sat
I
down
guess, a
and
restaurant?
talked, maybe things
And the music
would be better
stops.
between
Something.
us.
Just stops.
What made you change your mind?
When my taxi pulled up to the hotel, I saw Kevin and Paula Roman leaving together. And the way he looked at her,
Why didn't you go back home?
what, and duck a good fight? I wanted
She's here to throw her into the mix of possible killers.
Hmm.
Um, I find her teeth so distracting. I think this is what they used to do for bonding.
Yeah. This is a mouth that's seen some work.
And she's awfully familiar looking, but just off enough where it's just like
I'm trying
I
to
can't
place it
quite.
too. Abby
Her name
Dalton.
is
Abby
Abby
Dalton.
Dalton. Right, she
Where do
was
we
on a
know
show called
Abby?
Hennessy. Plainsman, Joey Bishop Show, Girls on the Loose. I mean, frankly, not a whole lot. She was a lead on Falcon Crest. She died in 2020.
Oh, she's on a lot of episodes of Falcon Crest. So that's where her claim to fame is, which I never watched Falcon
She
Crest. That's
also
like
looks like
one
she
of those
was
soapy shows, right? Like Dynasty
Falcon's
and
Landing and
Dallas
Knots
and
Landing, yeah.
yeah.
But she also started her career earlier because she was in the 1950s show
Hmm.
Hennessy, which was about she was an RN on that show. So it looks like
Mm.
she's another semi-legacy actress.
Yeah, she's a TV heavy player.
Yeah. Everything from the Waltons
She's good
to
here. So I know
yeah.
you like the role. I don't know. So I think she's great. I also kind of want a little more
Oh, I would
because
love more.
a
But
lot
I
of
love
times this
her.
role in this show is really bombastic and big, right? And
We
she's
usually
a
get
little
an
bit
Erica
more
Baldwin.
measured. Exactly. This is a
Yeah.
little bit more plausible. She's a real person. I believe I know this woman somewhere, right?
She's not pointing a gun at Jessica in the bathroom of
With a
her
shady
estate.
silhouette. Yeah.
Yeah.
That ugly
There's
blue bathtub. Ew.
different choices. You know, and I like that level though.
I do
I
too.
think I do like it.
Well, it's
Um,
very much like Dr. Wiley has like more of a plausible feel to me. He's less of a caricature and more of like a real person.
yeah.
And so I think it's balanced. I think in that way it's balanced. But this is not like a Karen Black, right? This is not Karen Black coming in
No,
and
no, no,
stealing the
no.
scene. But she's good.
I feel that would have been too much because they actually still have to make Keats a nice guy, which is
Yeah,
risky when you introduce an ex-wife. That's risky because our inclination is to turn him into what, like Hemsley, where he has to
sure.
be a schmuck.
Well, it's
Um,
interesting because she says such terrible things about him, and we don't really see those terrible things about him. He actually seems pretty
we
cool.
don't. He seems fine. Um, she calls him a snake, like she
Yeah.
and you know,
And that
that's
she's going to
fair,
take
but
him
even
apart in court, right? She wants his money, uh, his assets. But
did we get the call from the cop, the doctor yet
no,
about his feet? Okay, we'll get to
not
that
yet.
shortly then.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
coming.
there's just a lot of animosity that I think is just it's just there for, you know, window dressing. It's not meant
Sure.
to necessarily thrust the
It's
plot.
it's there to make her a suspect more than anything, right? They clearly
Really,
did not
yeah.
have a good relationship. They're having a bad divorce.
They
And
always have a bad divorce on this show. There's no
uh-huh.
amicable divorces in this
There's
show.
no conscious uncoupling here.
No. The closest they got was with that Painter episode, where even she still had a problem with the fact that he
Basically.
had a new wife. I'm not
Wait,
sophisticated enough.
uh, so wait, does Wiley
Oh yeah, we
work
did
in
have that.
Seth's office?
No, we
Oh,
did
it was
have
at
that.
the
We do
end
have
of
a
the
phone
scene. It
call.
was the end of the scene. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
All right, so Dr. Graham calls Jessica at the honky tonk.
Jessica?
Wiley, how did you know where I...
George Fish, you're not the only detective in town. Is Mrs. Keats there?
Yes.
Would you do me a favor? Ask her how many toes her husband had.
Mrs. Keats, toes?
It's
Toes?
important.
Mrs. Keats, how many toes did your husband have?
Oh, 10, doesn't everyone?
Wiley,
Unless she said
Ableist.
8. The fellow I've got lying here on the table is not the late Kevin Keats.
Da, da, da.
I love this commercial break moment.
It's a good one.
This is what I need in every episode of Murder, She Wrote, a twist like this.
That may be.
Is this Seth's office?
Yes, it is Seth's office. Why is he in Seth's office? I know
Because
he
Seth's
said
off
he's
in North
taking over his
Carolina, I guess.
patients, but this is the doctor set that they have.
Some time ago by surgical amputation.
So, our
It's
dead
very
body,
interesting. Yeah,
only has 8 toes, and
details.
you know, and they were surgically removed, so they weren't blown off in the blast.
Yeah,
So, as we've learned, Keats had 10. So that dead
wasn't
body
Keats.
wasn't Keats.
Who was it?
That's a very useful clue. I think that's a very like it's convenient, obviously, because then we know immediately that that wasn't Keats who got blown up,
It's
or it
convenient, but it's
wasn't his
also
body.
cool, right?
It's a cool thing.
I
It's a
like
cool
these sort
way
of
of
like
doing it.
physical, because these are real. This is so funny. I was just talking to a friend who had like a procedure done on their arm, and they're definitely going to have a scar because of it. And we were talking about how cool
Hmm.
scars are, but our bodies are such roadmaps of our lives. And I
Sure.
love this kind of clue. It's like in While You Were Sleeping with Sandra Bullock, where she just
Mm.
happens to pick up some information from a weird colleague that the guy in the coma is missing a ball. Is missing a
Oh,
testicle because of a pencil in a back pocket during a basketball game, right? But that's how
oh,
she sort
perfect.
of gets her into the family, right? I love that
Right.
shit. I think it's so cool. So
It's
cheers
very
for
useful
that.
in like in Only Murders. There's big clues about one character who has a lot of metal prosthetics within them.
Yeah.
Not prosthetics. What do they call them?
Implants,
Implant. Yeah, things like
yep.
that. But like joints, like joint
Hmm.
replacement.
Hmm.
And that's very important because that character happens to get cremated. And I'm like, yeah,
There you
it's
go.
useful. That's how you
Yeah.
know.
I think these are really smart clues to use. Um, so okay, we can bring up the other two generic white guys who were at that meeting in the beginning. There's the producer, and then there's the head of news. The head of news was missing for a while. The producer is also missing. They're both missing. The head of news just showed up. By the way, this whole news office is now located in Cabot Cove in this hotel.
Jessica drops this bomb, and the entire staff they give this great gay gasp. Like, just give me a second when she comes
Yeah,
in
let's
here.
do it.
I'm afraid you're both wrong.
Oh, Mr. Fletcher.
Oh, Richard Abbott. What was that enigmatic remark? Have they caught the killer now?
No, but Kevin Keats apparently is very much alive.
You gotta be kidding.
No.
Stop's faces in the back. It's so. I will capture that for posterity. But they clutch
Gay
their
gasp,
pearls.
indeed.
It's so fabulous. It's so fabulous.
Mountain climbing across the
Boy, everybody just got to Cabot Cove real quick, didn't they?
You know,
So everybody's
helicopters.
here. This is in the hotel, right? This must be
I
like
believe
a
it
few
is.
rooms in the Hill
Yes,
House
like a
Hotel, but there's
boardroom
a
in yeah,
full like TV show staff,
yeah,
including the main anchor, the elderly gentleman, Paula, who was there. Now the head of
yeah.
news is there.
They've turned it into a full press room
Yeah.
with all because they also have a lot of researchers and folks that are also part of the staff because they're the ones going through papers. They're the ones making calls. They're the
Hmm.
ones doing the things.
Right. And our older anchor, Brody, he's sort of taken over as producer because the producer's not here.
Yeah, he's very
He's sort of
Dragnet.
really taking charge.
He gives me big Dragnet vibes.
Oh, absolutely.
He's also a little Lou Grant. Like he's just like we have stuff to
On
do.
Newsman,
Crusty
we
news
gotta do
reporter.
this, yeah.
Exactly. Freedom of the press. So we find out that Paula actually has known that Keats was alive a little earlier than everybody else. She
Yeah,
still thought he was dead initially, but he called her room, basically.
right, right. You know what?
Mm,
Paula is so lovely. That hair is just really ruining everything.
it's that Deborah Winger moment. It's just the
Yeah,
time. It's just the time.
she has beautiful eyes and nose
She's
structure, and that hair does nothing for her. It's just a
yeah,
shame.
it's very
She's
tennis
so lovely.
player. Like
Yep.
it's just
Oh God. 15 love?
it's very it's
Yeah.
just I mean, Linda Hamilton might.
Okay, okay. All right.
Um,
Sissy.
we're back and forth with I guess just the motive. Like again,
Yeah, there's a
there's a
lot. Yeah.
lot of backstory.
Basically, Jesse says, "Come with Keats to my house tonight so we can sort this out." And she brings him. I can't believe it. But he's
There
he's
he
not
is.
guilt he's not guilty of anything.
Faking your death is fraud. Straight up, that
Well,
is a crime, actually.
if he had.
Well, he didn't die in that boat
No.
explosion.
But he wasn't the one faking it. Oh, I guess
Uh,
running away while people think you're dead is a
yeah,
crime. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair,
yeah,
fair.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
for bringing it back.
I mean, not to be a stickler, but
No,
tend like
sure.
the law does tend to frown upon even convenient falsehood about your death. Now, admittedly,
truly.
though, you could probably argue that he was in hiding because he didn't want to blow his cover. He was in, he didn't yet know who he could trust.
Right.
That's fair.
Because
That's
someone's trying
fair.
to kill him. Yeah. So I think he has
It's
a
not like he
pretty
was
good
collecting on insurance or
reason.
anything.
No, no, no. Well, we're finally getting the details about why he's actually in Cabot Cove, and that's because he had a lead in New Hampshire for this drug storyline, and so they had this cover that he was going to take the Paula story in Cabot Cove so that he could actually do that while he was here. And he arranged for the boat, and he was going to go get the boat, but the producer, Doug, this guy that we met at the beginning briefly, was in the boat. And so they
Mhm.
were going to switch off so that Keats could go interview this person in New Hampshire, and Doug, the producer, was going to drive off the boat. So people thought that Keats was on the boat. Okay, that was a lot, but that's where we are.
We had to get there. We just had to
Yeah,
get there.
yeah. I mean, I actually rewatched this several times because the details were pretty intricate.
Again, it just sort of drops us into this other universe and
Hmm.
puts it in Cabot Cove, but
Yeah,
it's not dissimilar, frankly, to any of the espionage episodes,
yeah, it's very that. I
really.
was thinking if this had any kind of genre leaning, it would be like an espionage thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It's like
sure.
All the President's Men
With like the drug
or
cartels and the switching people out and fake outs and covers. Yeah.
mhm. Very, very old school Robert Redford 1970s,
Oh yeah.
1960s movies. Yeah. So
Give this guy some
so
blonde hair. He
Keats,
might look a little like Robert Redford.
it could happen
All
actually.
right. Yeah.
He has that sort of look. Yeah, he does.
Hmm. He's such a leading man. He's such like I kind of forget that he's a guest star in this episode because he's really good.
He's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does he show up again? He does, doesn't
He's
he?
in
As another
four episodes. Yeah. This is his first.
yeah.
He's in four episodes of Murder, She Wrote. I think six, eight, and nine are the next seasons he's
Okay.
in. Yeah. So he comes back.
Look at you scooping me on
Well, you know,
my recurring
gotta
character.
gotta catch up sometimes.
Yes.
Gotta pull my weight
Yeah,
here.
he's in episode 6 in the Fixer Upper. Okay, yes, he's the detective in that.
Mhm.
Terminal Connection. Oh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one too.
Hmm.
But we have this lovely little shot of Amos and Jessica in front of her mantle, and we see the Jessica and Frank photo, which is very nicely framed
As
there.
always.
And this lovely old school photo of I wonder if that's Angela Lansbury's mother.
Oh, I was actually wondering that myself. Or
I
is it just some
can't
sort of
quite
stock antique photo, or is it actually something?
it might actually be Moyna McGill. I was trying to do a quick Google search into what Moyna McGill looks like. I can't find
Yeah.
any photos of her older, like
Mm.
sorry, younger, I guess I should say.
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, but it's a possibility.
Yeah.
We've seen her use real photos of herself in like the Emma McGill episode
Oh,
or
sure. Well,
yeah,
and we know that Murder, She Wrote loves to use a headshot. So,
or
come on.
reflections in the mind, that photo of her
Hmm.
and
Of course.
Francesca. That's the word.
Francesca. Um, Keats is in jail for
Oh,
theoretically the murder of, and it's actually producer Doug that got murdered.
that's fair.
Producer Doug is dead.
And he's kind of to blame. They assume. Oh, holy shit! Look what I found. I found the photo on the mantle. It is in fact
You
Moyna
did not.
McGill. I did.
Hey,
It won't show up on the webcam, but I'll post it. That's so funny. There she is,
Moyna McGill.
which of course is
Mm.
where the McGill comes from.
So she just was like, here, just go through my photo albums. You would like. Well, she does look like her.
Well, and also if this, I mean, they didn't deconstruct this set every week. This is her
No.
home. So this is
Yeah.
a regular
Yeah.
set. Put your stuff in it. Like I
Why
love the
not?
idea of set dressing. I love it.
Oh, me
When
too.
my sister Ellie, who you've worked with, when she
Hmm.
would do community theater shows, she did a show called Romeo and Julia or something like that. It was a
Hmm.
take on Romeo and Juliet. And she had to have an apartment, so she just brought all of her own shit. Like she's like, my
Hmm.
character would be really into theater. Here are all these framed playbills. Like, because that was her.
Sure.
That's
Oh, I
makes perfect
love
sense.
walking through a set. Oh my gosh.
Did you ever go to Sleep No More?
Yes, and that's exactly what I was just thinking.
Love
Um,
it.
what a sensory experience. I wish it were still
Love
around.
it. I know.
But
It
yeah, and
is
I even
in
went to a few parties and
like
special events.
China.
Yeah.
I think
Uh,
it's in Singapore right now.
oh, work.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I love an immersive theatrical thing. I would
Absolutely.
love to be involved in more, frankly.
Hmm.
But
Oh, we have our bitter wife, bitter separated wife back.
yes,
I'm not really sure the purpose of this scene, in fact. She basically came
cast
back to
out.
say, "Hey, he's not dead." And she's like,
And
"Yeah,
also
okay."
show off her collection of shoulder pads. That's what
Jeez.
she's really here for. She's like, you see this tweed? Look how far it juts. How about that?
I cannot
Look at
walk through a doorway.
that.
I have to turn
Ah!
sideways.
She's giving her best like Leslie Stahl moment. Yeah.
And then, of course, the head of news, Mr. Abbott, the other white guy, has to show up and say, "Hey, I was actually having dinner or breakfast when all this shit was going down. So don't give me a hard
But who
time."
was around? Who was around
Oh,
to
and
confirm that?
they start bringing up this thing about the network audience survey, right?
Mm,
So apparently at this news office, a survey was done and feedback came in for these folks. And so we're led
like
to
a
believe
focus
that
group.
actually Keats was not liked by the audience group. That's what they sort of
I
imply.
mean, if he is, if his style is what we are in that first take he had with Jessica, he's kind of rude. He's
Yeah,
he's not homey. He's
right,
not kind and gentle. He's
right. Well, and the idea is if this network audience survey reflected poorly on him, he might kill his producer in this weird sort of backward way, right? For trying to take him off
sure.
the air.
It's so
That's
silly.
yeah.
That's not how people do things, but that's
Well,
sure.
but the survey comes up later, so it's an important element, right? But
No,
right
it
now, we
is.
think that
But
it's
people
Keats
don't
who
kill
doesn't
each
look good in
other
it.
because people
No.
don't kill their producers.
What a fuck motive, right?
The only time that happens, frankly, is in shows like this, which is fair and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fun.
yeah, yeah.
But
You know, we have to stretch things a little bit to fit into an hour of TV. It makes sense.
right. Well, because also what very often happens is when that is proposed as a motive in a lot of these shows, the person is like, yeah, but I wouldn't kill somebody for that.
Like,
Like, and so they even
dumb.
have to show how,
Hmm.
like, even when Jessica is accused of murder or accused of being a suspect, she's when her script is being developed into a movie, she's like, that's certainly
Yeah.
not a reason to kill
Like, I'm not gonna
someone.
kill. Like, I was pissed, but then I went and had a cup of tea and I chilled out. Like,
Yeah. I mean, so how do you feel about, I mean, do you keep up with um the way that the news does things? I mean, we're in a 24-hour news cycle, but with our Anderson
no.
Coopers, with our Don Lemons, with
These
our
days, uh,
Gutfields.
I mean, I see clips and everything, but I do not watch news. I only read news. I will not watch news
Mm,
because it always has some sort of spin. This was brought up a few weeks ago in one of our episodes. We were talking about media, but this
mhm,
episode just sort of cemented my own feelings about how I think so much of media is always told through some perspective that has some
mhm.
sort of goal in mind, right? And so I just
I
don't
don't believe
trust.
in unbiased media. I don't.
Yeah, it just doesn't
I don't
really
think humans
exist.
can be unbiased. Yeah.
No. And so leaning into those sort of those shows like Anderson Cooper or whatever, they're so heightened and they don't feel real to me. It feels like entertainment. And so I can't engage in it. Because
Well, because they
like I
also
said,
become
works me
celebrity
up.
too.
My cortisol levels go in the ceiling because they tell me everything is going to be terrible or everything's going to be wonderful, right? Like I just can't handle
Yeah.
it. I need to read it on my own time, and so I often go to news sources outside of the U.S. for my U.S. news
Oh,
because I feel like BBC News, I feel like is a better
yeah.
angle, like looking in the petri dish rather than trying to survive in it. So those are my
Well,
own little idiosyncrasies about news.
do you look for impartiality? Is that a preference on your
Well,
part then? Because a lot of us just want confirmation.
there's a lot of
And I think
confirmation
that's,
bias out there, sure.
yeah.
There are sort of accounts and things that I follow on Instagram that are specifically about let's look at this, which is a perspective, right? It is somebody's subjective way of looking at things. So of course I look for my own confirmation bias here and there, but again, reading news from something as simple as like Associated Press,
Mm,
just a blip of
mhm.
factual things helps me come to better. Because I think I'm kind of an impressionable person. Not the kind of like would ever join a cult, but like when other people get excited about their ideas, I sort of engage and I say, "Oh, I'm excited about that too." And I really need to
That's a
step
notion
away
of, I
from
believe
them.
that's a connection with empathy. I mean, I
Yeah,
think that
that
has
is
to do
exactly
with
right.
that
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I find that I have to remove myself from those circumstances or I can get really worked up and stressed out in ways that kind of fuck me up. My body make
Mm,
me sick. I can't do it.
mm.
Um, how about you?
I mean, I read a lot of shit that I don't agree with. Just I think to rile myself. I think possibly. I'm less inclined to watch a lot of or listen to a lot of progressive media because I already know a lot of what they're going to say, I think.
Sure.
I kind of I want to hear how the bad side is speaking, kind of.
Mm,
I'm interested
hmm.
in what they're how they're spinning it because I find that fascinating. So I don't really get it I don't really get news from it.
Yeah.
I get a sick kind of entertainment possibly from it, but
Yeah.
I want to just keep up with the propaganda
You
is
kind of
really
want to
I think
map
what
out
it
the
is.
cultural pieces at play, right? And that's
I want
important.
to know what I'm up against. Or
Yeah.
like even if I think that sounds a little, alarmist, but I want to know what how folks are saying it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's fair.
so yeah, so this episode is coming to a close.
Yeah.
It's such a disjointed set of emotions here. This is a very quiet, sort of
It's very
sad
strange. Yes.
kind of ending here.
I actually felt like the tone of the last, what, 6 or 7 minutes here, maybe even 5 minutes or so, you said disjointed. When I was watching, I thought like this this does not deliver the way the rest of the episode was delivering for me. But there is
Mhm.
something about it that if you put it somewhere else or turn it around a little bit, it's really moving and, like you said, sad. There's some
It's
deep
sad.
melancholy in this situation here. So Jessica had her aha moment sitting at the table with Wiley, who was like, "Yeah, I overheard you on the telephone." And she's like, "Aha, someone must have overheard these plans on the telephone," and that's how they knew what was going to happen. And so,
Right.
who is it?
So he lets slip that the killer always accidentally confesses.
They always say too much. Well, there's a moment earlier when I thought that Paula was the killer because she said like, "Oh yeah, I took the early plane," and was quickly disproved. I was like, "Oh, Paula's the killer," but slight misdirect. But in this case, it was Brody because he mentioned that Keats
He
wanted
knew.
Paula to come to Maine. Doug
Mhm.
didn't want Paula to come to Maine, but Keats insisted. And so he brought that up earlier at one of their little meetings in this hotel, but only Keats and Doug knew that at the time. So this is,
And Doug is our toe missing individual.
that's right. That's right.
So he killed
It's a lot of
our
like,
toeless wonder.
it sure did. It's a lot of like, well, they were listening in and they heard this or they heard that. They were having, but how Jessica actually comes to this conclusion that it's him is a little weird to me because could have been anybody overhearing a conversation. It was really that clue that he gave away that sort of let her know. But this is a lot of
Well,
like,
And he immediately crumbles. Like he
Oh,
immediately says, "Yeah, that's true. That's true."
there's no remorse in this. It's a wild scene, isn't it?
It is.
What do you think of the performance from Mark
Um,
Stevens as the killer here?
there's this glint in his eye that I really love. Like this almost like this sensitivity, almost like he's about to start crying,
Uh-huh.
which I find very for lack of a better word, endearing. Which it's interesting conflict with how matter of fact he is. And
Yeah.
I kind of love that because I see that as a measured, nuanced performance
Mhm.
because his eyes are betraying his calmness.
Yeah.
Um, that's how I sort of interpret it. That's an old school actor thing too. I feel like
Sure.
that's an old device.
Yeah.
But I have to say, so this is not one of my favorite episodes. I find it to be it sort of lets me down in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this ending is not satisfying to me, but it's
Right.
not any of the actors' fault. I don't even know if it's really
Sure.
the precisely the writing's fault.
It's
It's just
Well, if you take that final confession scene, this is my take on it. If you take that final confession scene and look at it on its own, it's a beautiful
yeah.
moment, right? A beautiful moment of acting and a really complex, interesting way of dealing with your guilt when you've been accused of murder. So I think it's really
Mhm.
fun to watch that.
Mm.
But like you said, I was also disappointed at the end of this episode because I was really into what was happening, and then it kind of ends with a thud a little bit. Or
There's
tonally it doesn't
no
sort of match, or I
nothing's
can't even put my
resolved.
finger
Mhm.
on it, right?
Nothing's
But
really
I like his
resolved.
performance in the end. It's really haunting
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
essentially it ends with him saying like, "Ah, I still have to, oh, I'll finish my story." And he's writing his own story, the story about how he is now going to be arrested for this murder.
Hmm.
And she goes and he says, dial the sheriff. It's on the phone. Dial 9 to get out."
Hmm.
Very matter of factly. And then as she's over at the phone, that's
He's
how it ends. She's
resigned.
on the phone.
He's
He
fully
takes a
resigned.
moment to just sort of look in the distance and sort of come to terms with his fate. So it's like it's a very beautiful moment of acting. But
Hmm.
considering that a boat blew up earlier, it's I expected
Well,
more of a confession, I suppose, more of a better motive, maybe.
a boat
Because it
blew up
turns
and someone
out,
we don't really care about died also.
yeah,
Like it's just
so it
not
was like
that
one
exciting.
quick scene.
Yeah.
Guy probably had like 6 lines and he's dead. So like,
We know more about his feet than we do about his persona.
yeah.
I mean, it's
And if
all
you're in
just sort
defeat,
of does he have a doozy?
um, yeah, even now I'm a little perplexed how to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
Also,
did we
that would be a
explain
national
why
story that one anchorman tried to murder his co-anchor because he had better audience survey responses than him, right? Which is the motive here. That is what happened. Well, and I also do want to say I do like the writing for this character Brody when he confesses because he said, "In that moment, I had the idea, and it was terrible and exciting because I knew I would do it." That's a cool line.
that is? That is. I feel he deserves a better episode. I feel
I
like
agree. Yeah.
this is an uneven again, this I've talked about it before. This is a very experimental season. This is one of those times where I feel the experiment did not have great results.
Yeah.
Um, it's a mishmash of different things. It's unfocused. It's a little meandering at times.
Hmm.
We don't have enough distinction about characters. We've thrown into an industry that we don't know enough about to get invested in. These could be bankers. These could be um, travel agents. Like this could be any industry other than the news, because it's just about bureaucratic, um, you know,
Yeah.
lions eating gazelles situation.
Hmm.
This is the Devil Wears Prada. Like this is not
Oh,
this is
absolutely.
anything.
Yep. It's anything.
Uh, and that
It's all
shows,
about dog eat dog business.
right.
Who's next in line? Yeah.
And that's not even a a criticism against the news industry. Like it's not even a thorough examination on, and this is why this is a corrupt industry. That's why we're all just starving for news. The stakes aren't there for me. They're
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah.
Um,
That's fair.
if Brody was like, and I knew I had to do it because at this point in my life, what else would I be able to do if I didn't have this? I don't get it. Like I don't even really understand why Brody killed Doug
No, it's a dumb
fully.
motive. It's a dumb. Well, let's lay out the motive. The audience survey didn't like him, and they chose the younger, flashier anchor person. Tale as old as time. Not interesting, right? Kind of expect it. But then we already said it, it's a dumb motive
But
to
give him
like kill
like a
somebody
bone marrow
because
disease. Give him something that's like, and I knew I had to work because I knew I only had this many years left in me. Give him stakes. Give him something other than I'm being edged out by this younger guy who actually it wasn't his idea to edge him out. Like it just seems I need more.
yeah.
I need just a little bit more.
There are cool things
And
about the character because obviously during the whole episode, he's kind of taking over as producer when
oh,
Doug
it's
doesn't show up,
insane.
right? Like he's sort of thriving on the
Yeah.
chaos he's created, right? And so in a way, I guess he needed this in his life to give him a sense of purpose. So maybe that's kind of the deeper motive there is that without his identity as someone who was in charge or a leader in this news sphere, he doesn't know who he is, and so he has to commit this murder in order to sort of reclaim some sort of power here. But it's boring. It's a dumb motive.
I mean, and props to them from it not just being greed again, like it not being like
Sure.
but it gives me a little bit of the other newspaper the other news episode that we've had this season, which is the
Hmm.
newspaper episode, where the
Right.
motive is just sort of
It
sloppy
doesn't
to
make
me.
sense. Yeah. Where are my Frank Kelso motives?
Mm.
I need something
Uh,
where someone needs to kill in order to keep going, right? Because Nick Brody does not need to kill in order to keep going.
well, and we will get there in other episodes.
Yeah.
We have Stage Struck coming up next, which has a really interesting twist on things. The Headless Horseman is a really interesting twist on things. The Corpse of the Fu Class, I think, is an interesting twist on
That's a
things.
great one. That's great. Yep.
Um, but if we really think about the last couple of murders,
Yeah.
okay, Jessica Walter didn't want to sell her business.
Well, she was
Deadline for
also
Murder.
they were trying to assassinate her, so she had a
Well,
see, that's a
that's
better
true. Okay, so
motive. That's a
she that
better
is a better
motive.
motive.
Yeah.
Kill or be killed. Deadline for Murder. Uh, the guy was
You
upset
were
that he was
mean
rude
to a
that
girl. Yeah.
I mean his daughter, but
But
yeah.
you don't have
Dead
any
Man's Gold.
yeah. Uh,
Everyone thought I'm stupid, so I decided to kill that I decided to kill them instead.
so I'm gonna kill the mean girl. Yeah. Uh,
Corned Beef and Carnage. Oh, he was gonna lose his job. Okay. It's another job.
no, he didn't lose
Killing
his
the
job.
boss
He was
one.
getting paid on contract for not having to do any work. He was just mad because he didn't have
Oh,
anything to do.
killed because he was bored. Oh God. Okay. One White Rose for Death. Espionage.
Yeah.
Uh,
Unfinished business.
Unfinished Business. Oh, Jesus. That's our Pat Hingle
Who
bring in
literally
the
fucks himself over because he can't
take the
let
trip
it
around the
lie.
world, Brian
Jesus,
Kale.
take the vacation. Yeah. So
Uh,
Deathstalk's the big top.
uh,
Mrs.
oh, he's a dick.
Fletcher. Yeah.
He was a dick.
He was just a
I mean, he
dick.
deserved it. Yeah, he was just a dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like our motives are odd and curious here, but it's just I don't know. It's a little drab for me.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
not high on my rewatch list.
It's not locked in, is what it's
Particularly
not, right? Like the
because
pieces aren't fitting.
the last half of season three are almost all winners.
They're great. I'm because we're kind of at the halfway point now, right? Just about. What is this episode?
Almost.
9. We're
This is
just about
nine.
halfway through. Yep.
We have out of 22. So we're getting there. We're getting there.
Hmm.
But we have an embarrassment of riches that are some of these are really fun. Some of them aren't. Some of them I think are still also a little the 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 minor key one is I think a little all right, fine. But
I actually like that. I like that one quite a bit.
um and we have the boxing one coming up. That's so weird too. That's a weird one too. Oh, and the Buddy Hackett and Steve Lawrence one. Yeah. See that's I think part of the problem also is that it's just the anticipation of some of these other
Of
ones
better
that I know are
episodes.
coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
They make me a little hard
Yeah,
on some of
that's
these.
fair.
But I want all A's. That's the thing. And this is a
You
B
know,
minus to me.
when you're an overachiever, you want the
Well, I
same.
expect no when I am a receiver of overachieving. Uh, I want my A's and A minuses, and
Hmm.
frankly, I've been dealing with a bunch of B's lately.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think this is certainly a B episode, but like I said when we started, I really had fun. I think that
sure,
the twists, the whole like it wasn't him after all, it was somebody else. Well, because we didn't really talk about it, but here's what happened. He goes to this boat, gets in. Doug, his producer, is already there hiding on the boat that Amos didn't see because Amos is slow.
Amos,
Uh,
Amos.
and then after he gets on the boat, he slips off the other side into the water and swims under the pier to then hop in a car and drive away. The fuck?
It's just a little,
This news
yeah. I
anchor,
don't
this
know.
this world-class famous news anchor is gonna slip off of a boat and swim under a dock, like our
I mean,
friend in Lady in the
he's in
Lake,
great
right?
shape. You examined his glutes. You
I mean,
saw
he did
he
look
is in
good.
great shape.
But did
And
he
you need
did he
that. You
screw some
need that
scuba gear
to
on the underside of that boat?
not
I
necessarily.
don't think so. Uh,
Yeah.
it's fun, but it was hits and misses, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't do it for me. Alas.
yeah.
Alas.
It scratched an itch for me. Um,
All right.
it didn't do the work of a good cream, but it's a temporary fix.
Temporary. Uh, well, so ends the obituary
That's it.
for a dead anchor.
Cross dead producer.
Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of retractions that need to be done. Oh God.
Dangerous work producing.
I know.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's ever actually been, I mean, I know these murder mysteries are, salacious, but has there ever been like a news anchor or someone? I mean, we've had some disgraced out of sexual depravity, but never murder, as
Well, see,
far as I
that's what I'm
know.
saying. One news anchor to try to murder his fellow anchor. The sensationalism of it.
Oh, in
People
November
would talk
20,
about that for years.
2025, a former St. Louis and Kansas news anchor was charged with first-degree murder for allegedly stabbing her 80-year-old mother. Well, there you go. I
Wow.
wouldn't exactly call her Tom Brokaw, but
Fair.
she was in fact a former reporter. Yeah, it's
Regional. Hmm.
just uncommon, uncommon. But usually disgrace comes in a different form. So I do have to say that at least is interesting. Possibly because I'm so used to like the Matt Lauers and the
Oh,
Brian
sure.
Williams of it all.
Yeah.
But even Brian Williams, it was misrepresentation. It wasn't uh I mean, I guess you could say it hurt people because then the argument is then if you can't trust your news people, then what are you saying? But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's not black and
Uh,
white.
it's not. It's complicated. But I think Del Scotto had a much more interesting motive. I know it's Tim.
Absolutely. There
I
was
know it's Tim.
passion, passion, fire,
I know.
flames.
You need Meg Foster.
I
That's what
know.
you need.
Bring her back.
Oh,
That's the spinoff I need.
The Descato story.
The Del Scott story.
All right, let's
Uh,
let's call it. Let's
let's
call
do
it.
it.
Uh, darling, beautiful people, thank you for listening. Please go
Yep.
to the socials, follow, like, subscribe, do all the things. Give us a comment. We haven't actually read a comment in a
Yep.
while because we haven't had anybody say something nice about us. So
We're at Murder She Wrote Pod on Instagram.
yes,
And
Petra
Petra
Fried
Fried
presents on
presents on
YouTube,
YouTube.
and then tonight Murder Show everywhere else, basically. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. But for now, I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried,
and this
and
was
this was
tonight
Tonight on Murder
on
She
Murder She Wrote.
Wrote.
I hope he gets his Architectural Digest cover story
Oh, wouldn't that be
back from
great?
Hill House.
He's a cutie,
I really
right?
want it
Like
for he wants it.
he
He's also
does.
that's a fag.
Oh,
He's ready to fly right out of here. He
that
he
wrist
is
has never been erect. It's always been swinging in the breeze.